look, we all have our certain elements in our life that we want around us and don't.
Right.
What I learned in my recovery and going through my recovery is, there's a tradition, it's the 12th tradition. The 12th tradition says that anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities, right? For me, toxic environment is something that I cannot be around because it will deny me of my anonymity. It will take away from the core of who I am.
Right.
And that is just not worth any amount of money in the world. And I have created a business for myself and my family that sustains me very healthily without the need to perform.
Right.
And I still perform. I am the only MC in the history of Disney to perform at Epcot. The only one.
Wow.
At the Food and Wine Festival. Every year. Every year. Quietly, humbly, on the low, every year. And I tear that motherfucker down. I perform at the Russell Wilson golfing event in June every year. And I tear that down. I perform with Hootie and the Blowfish and Darius Rucko, who, by the way, is the biggest old school hip hop fan in the world, in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina, at Monday After the Masters. And I tear that motherfucker down.
Right.
What records do you perform?
Pop Goes the Weasel and usually Gasface. And I tear that motherfucker down. And I bring friends. Like last year I surprised them and brought out Special Ed. They lost their minds. Year before that I brought out Chub Rock, lost their minds. It's about keeping energy. Yeah, Chubb, come on.
Yeah, Chubb.
Come on,
Chubb.
Come on, Chubb. Come on, Chubb.
Come on through.
They need Brooklyn in
We
here.
got the same birthdays, Ed. We got the same
Brooklyn in
birthday.
here.
Me and
You
you,
need
May
Brooklyn.
16th. I've been through that. You know what I mean?
For me, it's always about good energy. And there's no money you can put on that. Like, I raised my kids to believe that if you follow your passion, you never work a day in your life. You chase opportunity, money comes. You chase money, it runs. Be happy where you are. Enjoy the success you have. Don't worry about the things you miss.
Were there times you were happy? You guys made amazing music. When did it go bad?
I mean,
matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you for 2 moments.
Yeah, sure.
The best time that you had ever with Pete, and the worst.
So when we first got to London, there was a law that they were trying to pass called the poll tax, P-O-L-L. The poll tax basically stated that every person under a roof, Parliament was trying to pass this, had to pay a tax. I'm sorry?
Not Wu-Tang?
No.
Okay. PLO stuff.
Yes.
No.
Well played, by the way. Well played. Yes, thank you. MC status, by the way.
Right.
That every person living under a roof had to pay a flat tax of 2,500 pounds. So if you were a mom, a dad, sister, brother, 2,500 pounds, fine. But in the black and brown communities in Brixton and in Camden, well, you had Trini families, you had Caribbean families, and they had 10, 12 people living under a roof.
Right.
It would have broke them. Easy. Because the average family at that time in 1989 was making 40,000 pounds a year.
Right.
Maybe 45. Those families weren't even making that. To say there was civil unrest is an understatement. They made 92 in LA look like a campfire. And we're performing at Brixton Academy with Public Enemy.
Right.
And Brixton Academy is one of the oldest venues in the history. Shakespeare debuted plays at Brixton Academy.
Right. Amazing.
It's dirt floors and speakers up to the ceiling. We got the hottest record. Gasface, the hottest record. And Chuck taught me something. And it's a great story, but it's a whole other story. But Chuck taught me that if you're the hottest artist, he doesn't care. If you're the hottest artist, you close. Didn't even matter if it was Public Enemy's tour. You close.
Right.
And I'm like, Chuck, are you out of, I am not following Public Enemy. Griff, S1W's Terminator X Flavor, like, I don't care. He said, Serch, you got the record, you close. Okay. All right. They go out, the crowd is going, crowd is, it's nothing but brothers and sisters in there. And Flavor's addressing the poll tax and Chuck's and the crowd's going great. And it's just, and Flavor climbs up the speakers and it was one of the greatest shows I ever saw.
Right.
So we come on. Crowd goes crazy. My energy is through the roof. I'm dancing my ass off. Go white boy, go white boy, go white. Closing the show with Serch. Gas face. Doo-doom, doo-doo. Ah! Everybody, MCs, and the whole crowd, MC Serch. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. Black cat is bad luck. Bad guys wear black. Must have been the same queen that set up the poll tax. Get the doo-doom. Oh! Chaos, running the streets, chaos. Next day, London Times, MC Serch gives the queen the gas face at the live performance. Crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
We leave the country, we come back. Brixton was 4,000 people. We do Wembley 3 months later, 140,000 sold out.
140. Was that the biggest crowd?
Ever. I've never, ever been in front of 140,000 people.
God, that's
And
the
it's
best time.
everybody, and it's daytime, and it's black, white, everybody. And this place is rocking. And we do gas face. Every MC, and I don't even, and the whole crowd, black cat is bad luck. Bad guys wear black. Must have been the same queen that set up the poll tax. I just did this.
And they just
The
wrapped
whole
it.
crowd.
The whole.
Best time ever.
Fire.
This
That's
is
not
good
ever.
stuff, man. I love it.
Best time ever.
Worst time.
Worst time.
When we broke up, the group broke up.
Come on, man. We need more details to that.
I'm gonna give you that, and I, but it's the truth, and it is what it is.
What was it over?
He called my wife a bitch. Called her out a name.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Man.
And by the way, that wasn't even the worst of it. The worst of it was what happened after that when I had to go on the road without him and all of that. But I still tried to make it work, not once but twice. 2000, we went on a tour with D'Angelo and the Roots. We tried to do Ichabod's Cranium. Didn't work. 2013, tried to go out on the road again. Didn't work.
Just animosity, just can't speak to each
It
other.
wasn't, my wife said to me something besides the fact that he never apologized. She could get over that because we had now built a life. We had 3 beautiful kids. I sold Nouveau. I built Echo Unlimited. Like I've had a career that most people could only dream of. I had a #1 radio show. I had a #1 television show. I had the #1 liquor company in the world. I had the #1 clothing company in the world. Like, these are not things that I worked for. These were mine. I owned them. You feel me?
Right.
So I've had amazing success. And she said to me after I tried to do a second show with him, she said, I'm not trying to be married to MC Serch anymore. I want to be married to Michael. And if you want to go be MC Serch, you can go be that. I need to be out.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.